Hello everyone, welcome back to Resident Evil 2. For basically the first time since I've started this game, I'm actually going to record 2 sessions back to back. So, only moments ago was I talking about Frank Darabont's The Blob. Good movie. It's been fun revisiting horror movies ever since I started Let's Playing, and specifically because I've largely been Let's Playing horror games. I've been re-watching all these horror movies. I actually missed it quite a bit. You know, it's something that I wasn't like forcing myself to do. I think there kind of came a point where like I had a group of friends that really we all reliably watched horror movies, and like, you know, different people have. Oh, hello guys.
Oh, what the hell?
Perfect. I feel like I've always had friends who are into horror movies, which I don't necessarily have as much right now. Like, I'm still friends with those people. I just, like, don't get to see them very often. Not only because of COVID, but also just, like... Oh, dang it. Oh, and there goes a grenade. Missed my shot. That's unfortunate. Let's see what directions we have. So I can open this. That's good, I think. So this is really what reminds me of The Blob. All this fleshy growth. Reminds me a little bit of James Cameron's Aliens also. Just like flesh spaces are kind of a recurrent thing in sci-fi and horror. Save that green one for now. Nope, not what I wanted to do. There we go. What direction do I want to head? There's a thing I know I can do. Oh, thank you. Replenish that grenade that I wasted like a fool. Is this where I want to go? No. Oh, I've been here. I guess. Oh, yeah, this is where I killed. That's the corpse. Okay. So we are coming around a different way, sort of. That must have been locked or something. I missed out. Okay, so we can go back to... Yep. Run, run, run. I guess I could pick you up, but... Right now I'm just gonna be cowardly and run from our guy. Oh, lovely. More shotgun shells even. So good. Knew it. Not gonna make the same mistake again. Dang it, I did. I made the same mistake again. Twice in a row. Oh, another roll of film. Hiding place, it says. Which immediately, you know, were a person going through this more blind, they would immediately sort of get indication of like, oh, I didn't even know this was here. That's great. More inventory space is always the best thing. Roll of film indicates we're either going to get another developing room or we're going to have a chance to go back to the one we already have had, which is true. That is an accurate thing. This is also a really nice machine shop, by the way. This is like a lot of detail that they didn't have to put into the game, but we got some drill presses, some lathes, I think. Not quite as many machines as I thought, but it's I've been in these rooms before, and they don't look dissimilar to this. Oh. I don't know if that's exactly where I thought I was going to be going. Huh. Okay. But that does let us pick up the rook. You're still locked. Huh. Water inspection chamber. I don't know if there's anything back here for me to go to. Was there another door that needed the turn crank? I don't know if there was, but I'm going to double check anyway. You're sort of a captive audience. Oh, more zombies. Hello.
What the?
Perfect. Perfect. Is there anything back here? Maybe. Oh. Hello, sir. You weren't here before. Perfect. There is. Okay. Good. Look at me. I'm not entirely so foolish. But yeah, I've always found horror movies really kind of enriching. I was actually in many regards a very timid child. Oh, dang, is this where I'm actually supposed to be going? Did I accidentally go the right way? I think I accidentally went the right way. Oops. Huh. Okay. Well, let's try... Let's start by running back and seeing if this key can be used. Key with a label on it. A key to a section of the sewers. Sewer entry zone, it says. Let's hope it unlocks that break room before we dive into, like, the gross flesh pit. As a kid, I was really timid. I was easily frightened by horror movies or, like, scary things in general. Like even things that generally aren't super scary for kids. Like I remember being really, really freaked out by the movie E.T. Like I had nightmares about E.T. quite a bit. The transformation sequence from Snow White really freaked me out. Is that all there is in here? No. Dang, I think I really am doing all the right things in a row. September 19th to 20th, Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Raccoon Park, Raccoon City Jazz Festival flyer. $10 admission fee for children under 10. So SZF, that was the code for that one locker upstairs. Nothing. Look at that. Oh, I'm almost professional. I'm almost doing stuff on purpose. The witch getting transformed, or the queen getting transformed into the witch in Snow White really freaked me out. Magnum ammo I'll pick up on the way back. Nice. Here we go. One of our longest held little secrets. Long barrel for the Lightning Hawk. This is an upgrade item for the gun we've never fired. Right. The badge is still here. I think the badge is done with now, though. What do I want to drop? I guess I'll just discard that. Okay, well that's kind of a bummer because that's over and done with now. I'll drop that in a thing. But I probably could have just run back and forth, but y'all have seen me do way too much back and forth running as is. Yeah, there came a point, probably around middle school, where I got really, really into horror movies. I think it was something that I was always kind of into. Like, movies scared me, and video games very easily scared me too. And here we are. And here this is. So we can now go back into the police station. And that's now done with also. So you can go away, you can go away. Oh man, I feel like so smart considering I didn't plan almost any of that. That reduces recoil and parts extra speed, increasing damage. Okay, that'll be our boss gun for end of game. Store that away again. So we could go back into the RPD to the to the dark room. Maybe we will do that real quick. We have decent supplies. Is Mr. X still around is the question. I don't hear footsteps. But I can't trust that. Oh. This weird stutter as the game's lighting engine freaked out a little bit. It's nice that they give you another opportunity, though, to clear out items and things. If you had failed to do so. I hear you, Liquor. Just be nice and slow. Thankfully, without Mr. X present, I don't need to worry so much about the liquors. I can just be patient and walk. Hiding place. So there's hiding places in the STARS office and the press room, I believe, are the two locations, which unfortunately you can't, like, check. Oh, I'm having something weird happen on my computer. Just a moment, everybody. What's happening? Huh. Something weird has happened, everybody. I might need to, let's just combine these real quick. Something weird is happening. I'm concerned about what that means. I don't know what it means, but let's save again real quick. I think I heard my upstairs neighbors turning on their vacuum, and I wonder if that, like, led to a power surge or something. If this recording gets cut abruptly short, I apologize. That might just be, you know, what it is. So, yeah, sometime around middle school, I actually started watching these movies, which I think is something, for as fearful as I was as a child, is something that I kind of yearned for in some way. I was definitely into monsters. Like, I thought monsters were really cool. Like, there were these books. Hello. There were these books you could get at my local library that had, like, wooden box. Oh, another Lightning Hawk upgrade. Cool. What does that do? Lightning fast aiming. I don't know what that means, to be totally honest. There are these yellow-spined hardcover books. They're probably relatively short. They're probably only like maybe 48 pages or something. But there was like one about Frankenstein. There was one about Godzilla. There was one about the creature from the Black Lagoon. I don't know. I always really liked them a lot. I think I got all of them at some point or another, or read through all of them at some point or another as a young kid. And I had I had this cool kids toy for a while that I remember. I actually can't remember the exact name. It was like My Frankenstein or something. It was like probably like 18-inch tall, cartoony plastic Frankenstein, and you could like open up his chest. You could open up his chest, you could open up his head. There were like removable bits. It wasn't super gory or anything. Hello? Okay, well, if Mr. X was around, he definitely would have heard that. So, 400 fuel. What does that mean? I wonder. And I actually remember kind of this, like, funny episode of, like, in this, that peculiar kind of, transitional moment. And that peculiar transitional moment between childhood, like young childhood and older childhood, I guess. Did I open the safe? Or no, is there not a safe in here? Huh. Could have sworn there was. What am I missing then? What? Oh, just ammo. I'm happy to have it, but is that really worth it? Now, there is something also in that hallway with the liquor. Turning the whole map blue would be very satisfying, I admit. So back we go. Back to Liquor Town. Let's save real quick, because we got a lot of good rolls on those headshot crits. But yeah, in that particular strange moment of like being transitioning from young child to older child, my mom asked me if it was okay to send that Frankenstein toy to one of my cousins, and I approved of it, and I regretted it quite a bit. And I remember crying quite a bit and asking my mom that we get it back. What are we missing? It's got to be something down that hall. Let's see if we can get him to go somewhere else. Stop coming towards me. Turn the corner. You're gonna make this difficult, huh? I'm wasting 3 of my shotgun shots. Jerk. What is it? Okay. More bullets is good. Okay. Tobias Funke just blew the map. We've now officially cleared out RPD, everybody. So yeah, I cried and ended up getting it back. Mind you, this is when I was like 6 or something. But yeah, I was always into those monsters. I was always into Jurassic Park, even though it like terrified me. Like the draw of the dinosaurs was like too appealing. Ridiculous. The draw of the dinosaurs, it just called to me too much. I couldn't, despite being terrified of them, I just had to watch Jurassic Park over and over again. Ghostbusters, kind of similar. Like there was admittedly media for kids. I talk about that quite a bit in my Resident Evil 7 playthrough in the DLC, so I apologize if I'm treading back over territory if you've heard it before. But I do think that there was media that was like spooky and Halloween-y, but like not super gruesome or super brutal. But also not too childish either in the way that, like, I don't know, not to besmirch the good name of some good kids movies like do I want to put anything away? I might, well, no. Okay, let's just keep going into the flesh corridor. That I think is this way. The sewers are frustratingly visually indistinct. Yeah, I think I head down those stairs, and it'll get me. That's one of the ways to get to the place where I want to go. I'm not talking about like Halloween Town or something like that, although that also existed, and that's like nice in its own way. But no, you aren't the right way. But yeah, some of that like 70s, 80s stuff was willing to be like a little bit scarier and like willing to traumatize kids just a little bit. And I actually think that's kind of a good thing. Not good, but I mean like I think it lets kids kind of like test themselves a little bit rather than needing to fully get in on horror movies. Oh.
What the hell was that?
Chest burster, like that one that Annette burned. Speaking of aliens. Okay, let's see how quickly we can get through this zone.
Oh my god, this is getting worse.
I know. Run past, run past, run past. Hello. Nope. Wrong way. Nope. Let me through, let me through. Do I not have a grenade? I do. There's probably going to be a third one. Or fourth. Up and out. Bye. Joke's on you, nerd. I went through a door. This is a Metroidvania. You can't do nothing about that. Even with your little Jurassic World compies. Or Cloverfield parasites. Little dudes. Little jumpy dudes who bite. I guess. Only one grenade left. Not loving that. Okay, you need the king. Locked. Queen. Gonna be zombies in here. Oh, I'm blue. Lovely. Complete set. Now, I just want to, frankly, take some damage so I can... not have so much in my inventory. We still need the king plug. king. Cool. Anything up here? Bullets? I heard a zombie fall. Don't know where he is. There he is.
Son of a bitch.
Are you dead? I forget the order of operations for this puzzle. Queen again. Through. There we go. King. Oh, look at that. Chemical flamethrower. 2 slots, though. Dang. It's not great. Out. Grab. I don't want to use any of this. I can't reload. Okay, well. Leave. Did I open a door? Is that what lets me back out? It's really dark in here. My screen is also a little bit dark due to some recording settings. That's the drop down. Queen plug. No. Oh, that's a bishop. Duh. Not the same thing. Cool. And naturally, in sort of classic video game design terms, you receive the weapon that kills the new enemy. There's something. There's got to be an item in there. And there goes my knife. Mag retrieve? Oh, I can. Thank you. Oh, mag ammo I don't care about, really. Oh, dang. Okay. I kind of want it. Let's use up this grenade. Where's the other monster? There you are. Eat grenade. Light on fire. And look at that. They gave me enough ammo to kill all three of them right off the bat. Anything? Nope, we're all good. So I have to go back the other way. So yeah, it was around middle school or high school that I really started getting into horror movies, and I've always kind of found them as disturbing and challenging as horror movies are. I've also always found them really... Oh, dang it. Dang it. Ah, knife. You serve me well. Is that death? It's almost exactly enough ammo for 4 of them. Clever, clever game designers. And back we go. Is there a new guy? Did I guess green herb is something I need. Or I could do. So that's that. Lower waterway, I didn't get everything, but it's probably just a kind of a generic item, I would guess. I think it's this way. That said, these industrial environments don't do great by me. Yeah, the friends who I'm able to see in real life now and have for the last few years aren't like horror movie nuts. In the way that I kind of am. So you're the knight. You're the pawn. Bishop and queen aren't next to each other, which means that the queen has to... Or it's got to be rook, bishop. Bishop... Rook. I think. Queen. King. Did that do it? No. I might have misinterpreted the prompt. Queen and rook were opposite to each other. Okay, that's easy. King. Queen. Bishop.
Okay, almost there, Ada.
Is there anything else I need? I could run back for that green herb real quick. Do I want to, though? I don't know if I even care. We're pretty loaded up on healing items. We almost have too many, to be honest. But yeah, all throughout high school and college, I watched horror movies constantly. Like, like multiple a week, certainly. And I would get these. There were these big. Oh, I know what that is. That's where we are.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Leave the power on first.
Can I not go back? Oh, wait, no. Back is up the stairs. Okay, I'm going to put away the flamethrower real quick. Store that. Store that. Let's take you out. Combine. And I think I actually will. Let's bring that out along with her mag ammo. Not that I super intend to use it, but yeah, I would get these back in the days when people actually were buying DVDs. Borders, and back in the days when borders existed for that matter too. Oh, well, isn't that clever? They give you the whole trio. And another one of these. Jump scare time, everybody. So brace yourselves.
Jesus Christ!
Ow. Birkin's back. William. Let me through. Why not? And here is what I imagine could be one of the more annoying boss battles in the game. So we'll see how it goes. I'm a little concerned about it. Get over here, William. Dang it. Ow. I think we can take one more of those. Please don't instant die. We maybe could have taken another even after that.
Now I got you.
Please hit him, please hit him, please hit him. And he was downed, so I think that should... Okay. So that's a Resident Evil puzzle boss.
Let's hope that's the last of them.
Puzzle bosses in Resident Evil, unfortunately, can be really, really finicky, I guess is the right word for it. They have a bad tendency of kind of breaking or like being weirdly unresponsive or requiring you to time things in a way that's like doesn't feel like it was designed with the actual control scheme in mind. Oh, I missed ammo back there. Let's head back, actually. The worst, in my mind, was in Resident Evil 5. Did I miss? Yes. Thank you. I think I saw I missed one other. Far end? Yes. Oh, mag ammo. Nice, I actually got more than I had to start with. I thought you were a high-grade gunpowder. You're not. Good. Resident Evil 5 had the worst. The Wesker fight in 5, where you have to take out the lights so he can't see you, and then while he's blind, go get a rocket launcher, and then one person has to distract him while the other person shoots a rocket at him, which will not actually hit him, but it will he will catch it, and then the person who was distracting him will shoot the rocket with their gun, because the person who shot it probably can't change weapons fast enough to do it. And then while he's stunned from the rocket being blown up, both of you have to like run up to him and do a quick time event. And it's really hard to tell if you're doing the quick time event right or not. It's a nightmare. I hate that fight. Like one of my least favorite boss battles in any game I've ever played.
Ada, where are you?
Over here!
Ada. I was getting worried there for a sec.
I can't get it out.
I don't know if I should,
Just do it. I can't walk like this.
Actually, bad idea.
Hold on.
I can do it myself.
Just relax, okay? So, what do we do now?
Get yourself out of here. While you still can.
I'm not just gonna leave you. Not like this.
You don't understand. The situation's worse than I thought.
You're not getting rid of me that easy. You protected me. Now it's my turn.
Didn't realize we were keeping score.
Grab my shoulder.
Don't push it, Rookie.
Okay, just trying to help. Watch your step.
You want to help? We have to get to the nest.
Nest?
Umbrella's lab, right beneath us. Net let it slip. That's where the virus samples are. You up for this?
I think I could fit it in my schedule.
Come on. We got work to do.
Yes, ma'am.
The cable car will take us down to Nest. My wristbands, I've ticket to ride.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
Borrowed it. Anyway, we're almost there.
They're probably going to keep talking, and I want to finish anecdotes, but now might not be the time. What else do you open? there a...
This damn leg.
Let me carry you.
No. That'd only make me feel worse.
They're gonna keep talking, I'm sure.
How's the shoulder?
Worse than it looks.
What a pair. Both got one foot in the grave. That should take us where we need to go. This may be a one-way ride, so be prepared.
This tram is bound for Nest. Do not exit until the final destination.
You know what I was thinking? I can't wait for the FBI to raid Umbrella headquarters and take those bastards to justice.
I agree, but to be clear, you're not working in official capacity. This is a federal case. Once we get the G-Virus, I'm back on my own. Hey, Leon. Trust me?
Trust me?
Honestly, if I didn't, you'd probably be dead.
Right.
I thought I might need your help, and I was right. If you can secure the G-Virus, I can make sure what happened in Raccoon City never happens again.
Ada, you said it yourself. It's a federal case. I don't
Leon,
have the authority.
Look at me. I'm a liability now. If I'm gonna finish this case, you're the last hope I've got.
I'm not just gonna leave you here. What if you're attacked? What if you need help?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I gotta see this through. And I want to see you again. I got plenty to live for, trust me.
Now, arriving at Nest.
Go. Please, we don't have much time. You're gonna need this.
Okay.
Leon. Counting on you.
I know.
A great need for a shower. Is that because I'm dirty or because I need a cold shower? Because Ada just got Leon running hot. Well, we are probably just at about the time that I should get going, everybody. Let's get to the save point inside Nest, and then maybe we'll call it quits. To finish up my last anecdote before we met up with Ada. Back in the days when people still bought DVDs, and back in the days when Borders books and music still existed, they had these. There were always these like cheap, I guess off-brand DVD collections of especially like horror movies and budget films and like genre films, I guess you might call them. So when I was probably like 15 or 16, I was able to get these like 100 movie box sets, or 50 movie box sets? 50, I think.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
Oh, why? Safety first.
Safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
Well. Open fully so I can stop standing clear. Maybe that is fully open. But yeah, I have these 50 movie collections.
Enjoy your visit.
I had 50 movie collections, 2 of them for 100 total, on top of which the local family video rental place had a huge section of movies that were it was $1 would get you 2 movies for I don't think that's what I'm looking for. $1 would get you 2 movies for 5 nights. So I would just grab like $2 in change usually.
I wonder where the G-Virus is.
Nap room log. 18545 Toby Jackson entered 344, left 731. 18546 Sara Takahashi entered 451, left 708. 18547 Walt Page entered 1203, left 1336. Anthony White, Cyril Archer, Desmond Locke, Wayne Lee did not leave. What does that mean? We will see what it means next time. But for now, we are going to save. We did so much. We did the sewer section very quick, very efficient, if totally by accident. What do you say? ID wristbands. This research facility uses the latest security technology in order to ensure employee safety and efficient business practices. In order to enter and exit the facility and to operate certain equipment, employees must use an ID wristband. There are 3 levels of access: visitor, general staff, and senior staff. Authentication is granted based on an electronic chip inside the wristband. The wristband access level can be changed by simply inserting a different electronic chip. Visitor wristbands can be given to family members of employees. Please inquire at reception for further details. If you brought your family to this underground death trap, you are a bad family member. I'm going to save over that just so we keep that having been read. This is a fun one. We made so much progress. We did a lot this session, and it was a cool one. The sewer wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, maybe because I sort of knew what I was doing. I felt like I didn't exactly know that section very well, but clearly I knew it well enough that I didn't have to stumble through it as much as maybe some people are wont to do, or are prone to doing. Nice couch. To finish up my one last anecdote. So over the course of high school, I ended up watching like hundreds of horror movies. There is something in the aesthetic that is still really appealing to me. I still really love Halloween. I love monster design. I love spooky stuff, even if it's not in the horror genre. Like action movies that are horror flavored is still fun to me. Kids movies, comedies that are horror flavored are still fun to me. So I've always found it really satisfying, and I think that there's a lot of like fertile ground to be explored with horror, more so than some other genres. There's a lot of interesting history to me, maybe because I've spent so much time with it. But we can keep talking about this next time, perhaps. This has been a good one, and we're now in the nest. We are in end game, functionally. This is the last little segment of the game, at least for Leon's campaign. And we'll see if we get to Claire before Resident Evil 8. I don't know if that'll be possible, but this has been a fun one. the adventure continues. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Drink some water. As usual, I'm eyeing my glass after having spoken for a while. I feel a little parched, so I would remind you too. If you're feeling, even if you're not feeling dehydrated, hey, drink some water. It's good for you. So we'll see you next time. Hydrated, I hope.